All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel today. I appreciate it very much. Today, I'm headed out to Lake Chesdin. I haven't been there but once ever in my life, which was last year in August, and I caught them pretty good on the frog, and I caught some pretty big ones. You know, it's fall now, and it's actually very cold this morning. It's actually 30 degrees. Have a freeze warning this morning. It's the coldest morning that we've had all year long. So definitely not going to be a summer pattern deal. Should be in the hardcore fall pattern. Hopefully the water will still be in the lower 60s so I can maybe still do some topwater stuff. But this lake has a lot of shoreline grass on it, and you can catch them in there flipping. You can throw, you know, a spinnerbait, swim jig, chatterbait up around it. And, you know, it is some big fish in there, really big. Has some F1 tiger bass in there, and it's some 10s in there. So we're going for a big one today. Hopefully we can catch a big limit. I don't know. I got to go get some gas. Got about an hour pool to get there. So let's go ahead and make our way to the lake. All right, so idling out from the boat ramp. It is freaking cold. It's not terribly cold, but it's in the 30s. It's pretty cold, but I was hoping the water temps were gonna be like 62, 63, somewhere in there, but looks like 58.6 is where we're at on water temp. So the water is high and muddy, and it's probably gonna be, I'm still gonna be able to catch them in the grass, I think, but I'm gonna have to throw a spinnerbait, chatterbait, maybe even a swim jig. And I mean, I might be able to a little bit later be able to get some fish to come up on the buzzbait. Might be able to do it now. I don't know if I want to try to push the issue right now on that. There's a school of fish right here that I just went over. I could see them coming up breaking, but I'm looking at them on the graph right now. They're kind of out here suspended over 24 foot of water. But I don't know. We're gonna run down and we're gonna do a little bit of fishing. We're gonna see if we can catch something. That's the name of the game. Hopefully catch a big one, and y'all stick with me. Hopefully I can put a 8+ in here today, because there's a bunch of them in here. All right, so this is the point that I started on last time, and I caught like a 4-pounder kind of right off the bat. Like I said, I've only been here once, and that day I came, I caught some really nice ones. So water temp's 50, like 58. We're gonna see if we can kind of put this spinnerbait to work and maybe capitalize on a bite. This water's really freaking muddy, really, really muddy. So we're gonna see what we can get going. So, all right, it looks like I got about a foot, maybe a foot visibility. All right, so I just picked up the good old chatterbait, and this is a 1/2 ounce chatterbait that Co-Brigger's Custom Baits made for me. And I have a rage bug on the back end of it as a trailer, and I have the tails dyed in chartreuse. Like I said, this lake is extremely muddy right now. I mean, extremely muddy. It is bad. A little bit worse than surely what I was hoping for. Definitely was not thinking it was going to be this muddy, but they say this place does get muddy, and I can see that. The water's flowing right now, but hopefully we figure something out and we're not in for too tough of a day. There's one on the chatterbait. Feels like a pretty good one too. Yeah, it is. It's a good one on the chatterbait. There we go, baby. All right. I don't know how big this one is. Oh, it's a nice one. Yep. Oh, I got him just in the corner of the mouth there. All right, so let's see if we can get this guy. Oh, definitely not a Bass Pro. That's a freaking chunk on the chatterbait. Had him a little bit better than what I thought. There we go. Number one. Right here, he was right on the side of this grass. So I fished down all the way down this kind of point, this rounded point, and I'd gotten to right here, going into this little pocket right here, and he was out in front. So we're gonna put him in a live well, and we're actually gonna see what our best 5 are gonna be today. That fish is probably about 3 pounds, probably. All right, so that is on that Cobriggers Custom Baits chatterbait. This is a 1/2 ounce chatterbait, and this thing has a lot of thump to it, a lot. And I have a Rage Menace Tail grub with the little feet dipped in chartreuse. So that fish just kind of loaded up on it kind of slow, but it was a good bite, good deal. Number one. So it's 8:22 now, so I've been fishing, I don't know, less than 30 minutes probably. The old chatterbait, kind of right out here in front of this grass, and he was up there in about 3.5 to 4 foot. Not very deep. I know one thing, that freaking sun is hot. Ooh, there's another one. Another pretty nice one on that chatterbait. And nowhere near as big, but he stroked it. That's a little guy. He's white as crap. Good God, bud. On that Cobriggers chatterbait though, eating it. Good deal. Heck yeah. So that's another fish right here, kind of leading in to this pocket. Right here, I just caught that last fish, like right there, and then caught him right in here. And I'd made actually multiple casts to this one spot. And then that fish finally stroked it. So these fish are still shallow. So maybe it's kind of a going into a little pocket creek kind of deal. As long as I keep eating this darn chatterbait, I will chunk it. All right, we got to go. We got to move. Let's go do a little bit of looking. See what we can find. All right, we are right here back at the boat ramp, and we're going to start throwing the chatterbait. The water temp here is way freaking warmer. Water temp here is like 57, 58 as compared to the other 55, which we do not want. So we're going to fish down this side, kind of from the ramp down, and throw the old chatterbait. And we might pick up the flipping stick and do some flipping too. See if we can catch something. But right now we've kind of fallen into a little bit of a slump, if you would like to call it that. Haven't gotten bit in some time. There he is. Thought it would be one in here. That's a nice one. There we go, on the jackhammer. Get in here. All right. Not a giant, but he was sitting off the front of that grass. Not a bad fish. He choked it too. choke that bad boy. Get in there. All right. It's got some funny looking spots on him. All right, so there's number 2. Let's get him in there. Definitely not the great big one we're hoping for, but that is a doggone fish. Sitting there right in front of that grass. So just to give y'all a little perspective about how muddy it is, I got the legs on my trailer dyed chartreuse, and I can only see my bait like 6 inches under the water. So it's pretty doggone muddy. All right, so midday update. I fished my way back into this pocket with the chatterbait, didn't get bit. Fished out on the main lake on some of the deeper stuff, flipped a rage bug in the grass, didn't get bit. Or I got one, it might have been a bite, I'm not 100% sure, but I set the hook and didn't catch it. But worked my way back into this pocket, took a little bit of a break, sat down, ate some pizza, kind of thought things through, thought about what I've done, you know, where I fished and what's not working and what little things are working, which isn't much. But every fish I've caught has been on a chatterbait. So definitely need to keep throwing that. But I also tied on a square bill. I had a wake bait on, kind of hoping to be able to throw it today, but not sure if it'll really work with the water temps the way they are. But tied on a square bill. I'm gonna get right and work my way out of this pocket and throw this square bill out in front of this grass and kind of out onto the main lake. See what happens. If that don't work out, I'm gonna find some more shallow grass and I'm gonna throw that chatterbait. I got about 3.5 more hours to fish. I want to catch a limit really bad and maybe catch a big one. I don't know. We got to fish hard, see if we can get them. All right, we're going to run over here to this side, over here, and we're going to throw the spinnerbait. But I'm going to change up the spinnerbait before we go over there. I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to put on a Colorado blade. One of my favorite booyahs. We're going to put that on. All right, so got spinnerbait on there. Let's make a freaking move. All right, see if we can catch a damn fish right here. Freaking won't paying no attention and damn overwash come all over the back of the freaking boat. There's a big one. There we go, right there. Oh, I can't talk. On the freaking spinnerbait. That's a good one too. Darn. Come here. It's a chunk. Get in here. I mean, a fat sucker right there. Just picked up the darn spinnerbait. My good old, he was not coming off. That is a freaking porker. Good God. I mean, that is a freaking solid sucker right there. Built like a tank. Hey, we're getting there. I was just gonna say we got like an hour and a half left to fish. He was right up on that grass. On this point. Man, I had went forever without a bite. All right, well, this is gonna have to be about the last cast. Might make one more after this one, right up there on that point of that grass, but that's gonna have to be it. We'll pull those fish out, take another look at them, but looks like 3 is gonna be all I can put together today. I fished hard. Spinnerbait and chatterbait were definitely the deal. Flipping and crankbait didn't produce today. Hard to believe I didn't get a bite flipping, but I don't know. Not a cloud in the sky. Yes, just every fish I caught was a reaction bite. But that is gonna be it right there. Well, That's all she wrote. All right, well, I just let the first one go. These are the other two right here. Really nice fish. That guy right there is a freaking porker. That's that last one I caught on a spinnerbait. But 3 fish, I don't know. All of them are pretty chunky. I don't know how much weight we got. Not too much. Probably 8 pounds with 3 fish, I would say. But we're gonna let them guys go. See y'all later. All right, well, didn't have a terrible day by no means. Didn't kill them, but it was a tough day. Bright bluebird skies, big cold front come in. Like I told y'all, you know, the fishing was pretty tough, and I kind of knew it was going to be that way. So it is what it is. I fished my tail off, and you know, I don't know what else I really could have done except for maybe go out deep, fish some deeper stuff. But with it being so muddy, I just didn't really feel like that was the right thing to do. I felt like I should stay shallow and kind of push the issue. And you know, it resulted in 3 nice fish, but just not a limit. So you know, every day is different. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Gunfish TV.